Bill, your thoughts?
But you didn't mention the most important line in his speech when he attacked TV pundits, which I was outraged on your behalf. I was watching at home, and I thought he's attacking Charles Krauthammer and Juan Williams when he says the more that TV pundits reduce serious debates to silly arguments, big issues to sound bites, our citizens turn away. But in a way, you know, he's the first president, I believe, in the State of the Union to attack TV pundits. But I think it's typical of the speech, frankly, where he took very little responsibility for having made any real errors. He took no real responsibility. He didn't communicate well enough on health care. I guess there weren't enough speeches. And instead, he attacked the Supreme Court. He attacked TV pundits. He said we have to have gays in the military. It was really, I thought, a strikingly, he just seems oblivious to the fact that he's been pursuing diligently policies that an awful lot of Americans don't approve of.
And what about not talking about this effort to try 9/11 suspects in New York?
I think he knows it's not going to happen, honestly. I mean, he foolishly 2 months ago, and again, another reckless thing, they hadn't thought it through or was driven by ideology. Oh, great, let's have a civilian trial at KSM in New York. Not thinking through the legal implications, the national security implications, and then, of course, the immediate making of the Christmas Day bomber a criminal suspect and treating him as a criminal suspect instead of as an enemy combatant, another thing that wasn't thought through. No facing up to that. He would be much better. I'm not a great friend of his, but I really can give, if I can give one piece of advice, if he's watching a TV pundit here for a minute, he should you admit your mistakes and then put them behind you. The voters will forgive you. They've done that for president after president. So you know what? I made some mistakes in my first year. We're not going to have a civilian trial for KSM in New York. I'm going to let health care sit on a back burner and move on to other issues. And the voters would have there'd be a few days of the media saying, oh, look, he made mistakes. And then you know what? There'd be a new debate. As it is, all these things are hanging out over him. Is he going to close Gitmo? What about the KSM trial in New York? What about health care? All these things that most Americans are against him on are still sitting out there as issues.